All right, man. So the Browns win in a big game versus the Ravens, 33-31 in M&T Bank Stadium. And I know people want to talk about Deshaun Watson in the second half, rightfully so. I know you want to talk about Myles Garrett and his defense winning, even though they had injuries, really disrupting what Lamar Jackson and the Ravens had. I know you want to talk about Amari Cooper and Kevin Stefanski, but I want to talk about a Browns run game that does not have Nick Chubb. It has Jerome Ford, Pierre Strong, and Kareem Hunt, and has absolutely been kind of not necessarily dominating, but doing their thing this year. And I think this game really showed us that, hey, you got to put some respect on the Browns running back's name, because not only throughout these past few games, but in really the most important game of the season right here, they really did show out. Now, coming into this game, we know how good the Ravens defense was, but really stopping the run. They were a great run defending team, and they have a big front seven. Yet, the Browns had a good rushing game today, and the Browns throughout the season have been a good rushing team. They're third in the league in rushing, but when you go and face a Ravens defense like the Browns did today, knowing that the Browns don't necessarily have world beater running backs, but they really showed out today, I just feel like it's really encouraging. I feel like it shows us that they can kind of play versus the best teams in the league, because Jerome Ford had a good game versus the 49ers. That's one of the best run defenses in the NFL. Travis Etienne kind of struggled versus them today, but Jerome Ford had 17 carries, 107 yards, while the Ravens' leading rusher was Lamar Jackson, 8 carries, 41 yards. The Browns really do have something at running back, and if they can really get it going in the pass game and take less attention off the run game, that's going to be great for them, because then, even though you don't have Nick Chubb, you still got two dimensions to your team because you have such a good running game. But here is what's so good about this running game. Not only did you do well versus a really good run defense today, but I think they proved something again. They have a really diverse committee of running backs. They got a diverse committee in terms of skill set and how you can really use these running backs. Obviously, Jerome Ford so far is the feature back. He's going to be out there on first, second, because of his quickness, his speed, just knowing what Jerome Ford can do. Jerome Ford has been really good in that feature back role. Not necessarily really good, not Nick Chubb good, but he's been pretty nice, and he showed that again in this game. So not only do you have a feature back in Jerome Ford, but you have a short yardage back in Kareem Hunt, who you can use at the goal line, because he's been scoring touchdowns in the 5 consecutive games. That's the longest active streak in the NFL right now. And then you got Pierre Strong, who can get you big bursts and big gashes with his great cutbacks and his speed and his quickness. Looking at how they performed versus good defense today, knowing that they have diversity of skill set in that running back room, knowing that you have a back in Jerome Ford that can be your bell cow, but also knowing you have a guy in Kareem Hunt that can get you out of short yardage situations and score you touchdowns. I think that's really great for the Browns, because you proved to yourself today that you can do it versus some of the best run defenses in the NFL, but you continue to prove to yourself that you have multiple ways to win when you need to win in a certain way in that run game, because Jerome Ford can do it certain ways. He proved that today with having a 100-yard game versus one of the best run defenses in the NFL. But Kareem Hunt has continued to show that he is a great player in short yardage situations. He is a great player near the goal line, and he can continue to score you points right when you need it. And I feel like that's such a great thing about this Browns run game right now. People are going to want to talk about the Deshaun Watson situation. They're going to want to talk about the defense, but this run game won the game today just as much as the pass game did. And I just feel like knowing you did it versus who you did it against, and really confirming that you can do it multiple ways, is so great for this Browns team. And I think that just needs to be recognized. Jerome Ford is not Nick Chubb, but he can do some really great things as an inside zone runner. And Kareem Hunt can do some really great things as a goal line back and a touchdown scorer. And Pierre Strong can do some really great things as an inside and outside zone runner, because of his ability to make people miss and his ability to really use his speed and his quickness. Having a really good offensive line in terms of run blocking is really good for that. And if the pass game can get going and take attention off the run game, things are going to go up from here. And I think we can have some confidence that the pass game is going to go up from here. So Browns beat the Ravens 33-31, but I also feel like the run game really deserves some credit into how we won this game versus one of the best run defenses in the NFL.